shirt dress. Chucking me. Oh, I should be shuffling these cards and getting ready. Hey everyone, so I printed all the questions. Some of you that didn't get a chance to ask a question, this question and answer might work for you as well. But I always start out with a reading for everybody that joins. So while I'm shuffling, we'll let everybody join. And I'll be answering your questions in no particular order, not that you knew the order anyways. What is going on here? H-Bays. I know who that is. I know who you guys are. So I have a bunch of decks out, and I also have the new Rebel deck. But I almost feel like that needs its own time and space because I don't think it pertains so much to this reading. Thank you, Liv Lively. Hey, everyone. I have all the messages in a hat. Oh, we already have a message that came through for the group. That I'll read after I get all these decks done. Another one. Jeez Louise, y'all. 2 pop-outs. Those, when that happens, that's not by accident. You know, there's no coincidence here. I'm loving the new micro rollers. Yes! And a lot of you that ordered just recently got a Mother's Day gift. So that'll be going out. Did you all see that little floaty? It could just be dust. Any order like over $39.98, you'll get a free gift now. Always. Michelle, I hope you get your package to the new location. Both packages. Fucking people in New York, your post people. So we saw that it was at her post office, and it kept saying delayed. It went to her post office and was returned back to me undeliverable. Nothing wrong with her fucking address. That was bullshit. Hey, Terry. Okay, so I got a bunch of questions, which we'll answer shortly. And let me put the disclaimer out here right now. If you're joining, you're giving me permission to read for you collectively. This is advice. This is guidance, spiritual, intuitive. They're downloads, they're messages through symbolism. But I am in no way, shape, or form a guidance counselor, coach, advisor. I am not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I am not a professional. I am a spirit-led intuitive witch doctor. I offer natural remedies and spirit-led guidance. I have one-on-one clients and do work for the collective. So you can take this information as it is, but do not dwell on it. Don't hold it near and dear to your heart and dwell on it. You know, seek professional help if necessary. I'm just putting that out there because, and also, I'm not a relationship therapist. A lot of the questions were centered around relationships, which I let you all ask whatever you wanted. You're asking spirit questions. I wouldn't particularly ask some of these questions that you've asked because I know the nature of humans. You have free will, and due to you being whoever you are, you're going to do whatever you want to do, and we can't control other people, places, and things. So a lot of your relationship questions, does he like me? Does he want to get back with me? Did he ever cheat? You know, a lot of that is, that's their person, and you've got to be worried about yourself. Focus on yourself. So my answer in a lot of these cases would be like, move the fuck on. Who gives a shit? Why are you wasting your time? I don't believe in twin flames. So if you think that I'm going to coddle you into being with a person that doesn't want to be with you and tell you that they are just playing games and that they actually do want to be with you, I'm not that person. So those are all the disclaimers, okay? Because I see it in the spiritual world, and I see people selling it, and I see people buying it, but not here. We're not here for that. So I'll read for the collective first, and then I'll pull the questions, and I'll read the question, but I'm not going to read who asked the question. I'm just going to keep it private, I reckon, unless in the future you give me permission to say your name. Hey, girl. Hey, Grateful. Where's my coach? Where's my little spirit coach, Grateful Mama? Her daughter was giving me a major pep talk. So I'm going to pull the cards and then we'll read the cards at the end that were flipped, okay? I'm already loving absolutely what I'm seeing. Ostara, goodbye. Spring is on the way out. Here we are, summer. Summer is on the way in. Summer is the abundance. Summer is the harvest. We will be cashing in on the things that we have sown. You will reap what you have sown. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. What are you putting out there? That's coming back to you like a boomerang times 10. Good, bad, ugly, in your relationships with people, places, and things, in your relationships with health, wealth, and abundance. Are you creating growth? Well, growth is coming in upside down. And not just for you, but for me too. This is the collective reading for those of you that have showed up. And then I'll get into the questions. But right now, the growth seems stalled. But don't be deceived by what's going on behind the scenes. I can't see my plants growing yet because they're taking root. I thought one had sprouted yesterday, but it was actually a sunflower seed. But that's the thing. I actually needed that. That's hope. That's promise, especially being a sunflower seed. And I didn't intentionally even plant that seed. That goes to show me that I'm in alignment with these seeds growing. They're growing that fast that Spirit wanted to show me and tease me and show me a little sunflower seed. Like, don't worry, honey. They actually probably need more sun too. So that's a message from Great Spirit. Get these hanging off the balcony so that they can see more sunlight. But I also live in Portland, and with the chemtrails and everything that they do to the sky here, it's like overcast every day. Okay. So spring is on the way out, growth and harvest on the way in. The growth is taking place behind the scenes, and beauty is coming up. Are you seeing the beauty in the process? I really enjoyed planting the seeds. I'm really enjoying logging this. I'm really enjoying watching it happen. If you aren't enjoying the moment, if you aren't finding the beauty and the happiness and the joy in the moment, the end result will never make you happy. You're going to go on to something next to fill a void, to fill a desire, to fill a need, when you just need to look around you and see, wow, look at everything growing around me, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Someone built that. Someone thought that. Someone invented that. Someone grew that baby. Someone planted that garden. Whatever the case may be, you got to see the growth all around you. And that's how you'll truly align with it. So if you're looking for growth in your relationships, if you're looking for growth in your business, see where the growth is and expand on that, and it will naturally gravitate towards you. That's the law of attraction, okay? So insecurities is upside down. That I am actually happy to see. You're letting go of your insecurities. You're stepping out. You're rising and shining. You're getting out there. You're getting ready to be ready for this harvest, okay? And for this growth that is coming your way. If it seems like things aren't taking root, or that the soil is too wet, or that the soil is too dry in your life, you have to manage that. That's your job, to tend to the seeds, for sure. So the two cards that came up, peace. Be at peace with what you have planted, though, and weed out what you don't want to sow. So get in there, get in your garden bed, get in your journal, mental, physical, and emotional places and states of being, and see what's going on. What are you growing? And faith is coming up. It seems like you guys are too focused on material health, wealth, and abundance, and you're not focused enough on your faith, on your trust, and on your belief systems. So I would get back to doing some structured work with spirit and source energy. Get back to doing some ritual work or daily habits. They don't have to just be drinking coffee. It could be drinking coffee and journaling. It doesn't have to just be sitting on the toilet taking a shit looking at Instagram. You could be thanking spirit for whatever you want for the day, and thanking for the release of whatever you're no longer holding on to. Make things a bit more ritualistic. Invite more ritual and ceremony into your life. And I think that will help you connect with your spirit and faith a whole lot more. It's not just on Sundays, you guys. Well, for some people it's Fridays. For some people it's Saturdays. For some people it's Sunday. I mean, we have all different religions. Okay, so question time. Y'all are having some relationship issues. I'm going to say it. But as we grow mentally, physically, and emotionally, we will be growing and going away from some people that we thought we were supposed to be with. Well, you were for that moment in time, for a reason, for a season of your life. Don't get stuck on the separation. Get focused on what's coming next. Spirit is in the business of setups, not setbacks. You're not going to be downgraded unless you think less of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally, okay? the first question. This is a good one for, I think, a lot of us. I'm moving. Should we buy or rent? Well, right off the bat, is it the time to buy? Do you have the financial backing savings to buy? There are a lot of things that Spirit won't be able to answer for you, but we'll see what comes up for sure. And think about the location, think about the market, and would it be best for you to just rent while you decide to buy? Okay. So, should we buy or rent? Desert, I love you. Okay, well, the 12th house is coming up and it's coming in upside down. That's the end. That's definitely the end of a lot of phases and cycles in your life, mentally, physically, and emotionally, especially destructive cycles. So is this going to be good for you to buy? Sure, I would say so. But pride is coming up. Are you trying to buy because you think it will be the best thing? Because you think it'll look like the best thing? Could you humble yourself and just rent a little while longer and save? Could you rent somewhere cheaply and save? Because a lot of these markets you can hardly rent and save to buy if you wanted to buy. But don't think outside your means. Get real, raw, and vulnerable about what you can afford if you do want to buy. Acceptance is coming in upside down though. So you're lacking acceptance about maybe this move or maybe the fact that you may have to rent. So be flexible. Don't be stuck. Don't be rigid. And passion comes up. Are you passionate about the location? Are you passionate about settling down? Are you passionate about buying? I mean, there's a lot involved in buying. The plumbing is now yours to fix. The roof is now yours to fix. Are you ready to take on those as a young family of two, Okay? So don't let your pride and ego get in the way. And you have some deconstruction and reconstruction to do before you do decide to buy, if that's the case. Location, location, location. And is this right for you guys? Does it fit your financial budget right now? It's so chilly in here, but I don't want to put on a jacket. I'm shaking though. I'm shivering. I wonder. Sometimes the tree warms me up, but I don't even have it. Like it literally will make me start sweating. Okay, next question. This is really going to be for a lot of you. Am I going in the right direction? Is all this shadow work worth the risk I'm taking? And I love how the previous response flows into this. The 12th house came in upside down. I would say abso-fucking-lutely it's worth it. It's never not worth it, but you have to realize it's selfless what you're doing. You're working for energy that came and was created before you, that you picked up like a live wire and had no idea what you were doing, because just like babies don't come with a blueprint, neither does life. We don't know what we're doing here because we've lost a lot of the lessons in the verbal dialogue that was passed down through Aboriginals, through Indigenous, through First Nations. That doesn't hinder us though from doing the work. We can't just say because we don't know what we're doing and why we're doing it, we shouldn't do it. No, the shadow work is absolutely fucking necessary. But let's see what Spirit has to say. And it is, the risk will be worth the reward. And if it seems that risky, it will be that rewarding as well, because I see here, is it worth the risk? These are bright and cherry cards. But the first one is sort of stubborn. Forgiveness is coming in upside down. Are you able to forgive yourself? Are you able to forgive others? Are you able to forgive your family, friends, lovers, people, places, things, everything along the way that came to be where you are right now? Are you able to extend that olive branch? And I know a lot of this is centered around your family because I know who wrote the questions, but you guys don't. So the sun is coming in again upside down, just like the Ostara card came in upside down, representing summer is on the way. Ostara is on the way out. The sun is coming up again, and it will rise and shine again when you so choose to rise and shine again. I'm always talking about the weather sort of emulating or in a way reflecting our mental states. And collectively, it's definitely, I think, true. Think about some of the places that we consider paradise. Don't you think their mental state is a lot different? Well, think of some of the more depressing states, like that are rainy, the Pacific Northwest, for instance. Their mental states are a lot different as well. And we're always using different things to kind of combat the weather that affects us. Well, maybe it's just us that's affecting the weather, perhaps. That's just the notion I have. But anyways, blessed new beginnings. The sun will come out again tomorrow, but you've got to be willing to forgive yourself and others, especially if you're going to do this deep, dark shadow character work. Big part of it is forgiveness. It is saying, okay, I'm okay with who I was and what I was. I'm okay with what I did. It got me where I am today. I wouldn't know what I know now. For instance, my shadow character work, the drugs, the alcohol, the sex, drugs, rock and roll, all of that. That plays a big role in who I am today right now. I'm grounded. I'm down to earth. I'm on the level. And I know where these people are at and where they're going mentally, physically, and emotionally because I've been there and done that. Okay? So it's necessary. But another card of rebirth, renewal. So blessed new beginnings, blessed renewal, a renewal, a redo on life. And with all of these retrogrades this summer, you guys, summer school is in session for each and every one of you. We have 5 retrogrades. I have to do that. I'll probably try to do that tomorrow. I can't make any promises. The retrograde report. Y'all, that's big. You can even look at my old IGTV videos and get caught up to speed. But the planets are in different houses and different signs, and there's a lot of things going on. Okay? So this is another good question for a lot of you. How do I improve my health? What more can I do? Well, you have to understand there's various states or parts to your health. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Think of it like a pie cut into 4. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Mental is what's going on in that noggin of yours. That coincides with spiritual. Those two sides of the pie really touch, okay? So it's necessary you take care of both, mental and spiritual. But then we also have emotional and physical. Some of you get that all fucked up. You let what's going on in your physical reality dictate what's going on in your heart. No, that's your vibration. That's yours to choose. You decide what's cooking in the oven mentally, physically, and emotionally. And if you let your physical surroundings control that, there's a problem. But we also have to take control of our lives and our physical surroundings. So we have to remove ourselves from some toxic people, places, and things. So understand that your health is multifaceted. It's not just one area, okay? So how do I improve my health? What more can I do is the question. So we'll see what Spirit has to say for you. Hey, mi amor. Okay. It looks like you have some spiritual health and wellness, fitness you got to do, okay? So you got some faith you got to work on. And that was the very first card we pulled for the group, remember, in the first reading. So faith, you got to find that faith and center yourself in that faith. What do you believe? You don't have to believe a goddamn thing that anyone else believes. You can make it all. I mean, it's all made up. Absolutely. Read the 5th agreement. It's absolutely all made up. So find your faith. That's the center of the known universe then for you. So Gemini is related to that. We'll be stepping into Gemini season next. And that is the relationship with your faith and your thoughts. So then it gets into you. So mental, physical, and emotional and spiritual. I mean, you've got to work on it all, but I would say spiritual, and that'll center you mentally and emotionally. That'll center you if you get in touch with your spirituality. And you'll also create some breakthroughs. So if you feel like you're having a breakdown mentally, you could actually be having a spiritual breakthrough because they are that connected, you guys. So your mental state is connected to your spiritual state, and your spiritual state is connected to your emotional state. And your emotional state is connected to your physical state. Okay? You understand me? Bottom line, though, have an attitude of gratitude for your vessel, for your body, for your heart, mind, body, and soul. Every day, wake up and thank yourself. Thank your bones, this bag of fucking bones, this beating heart of yours. Thank yourself. I mean, that's the best way to get in touch with your health and wellness as well. Okay? So have an attitude of gratitude. Seek faith. faith in who you are and what you are, I am faithful enough to know that my heart is going to beat. I am faithful enough to know that my legs won't give out. I am faithful enough to know that I'm going to wake up in the morning. That's faith. You know, you don't have to believe in something more than who you are and what you are. You are God as far as I'm concerned, okay? So, and remember, breakdowns lead to the breakthrough. So if you're having a mental, physical, or an emotional breakdown, you could be having a spiritual breakthrough, okay? Breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. We don't break ground for nothing. We have to break the ground and level the soil, and then we have that growth. Then we have that rebirth. Like I said, I flipped the growth and the rebirth cards upside down, or the what was it? Renewal, rebirth, whatever. Oh, I'm so chilly in here. Okay, so let me get the next card. Another excellent question. Does everyone have the ability to channel? If so, how would one start? Faith. Getting in touch with your mental, physical, and emotional and spiritual being. Realizing that you, out of all the cells, trillion, billion cells in the universe, came together, conspired together, and here in human form. I mean, just realize you and of yourself are a crazy, amazing channel. Like, you think, talk, walk, speak, breathe. I mean, you are a conduit for source energy. You just have to know that and accept that first and foremost, okay? I sing, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice in it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So absolutely, yes, everybody has the ability to channel, but are they tapped in? So everybody has the ability to get an iPhone or a phone. Everybody has the ability to tune into Pandora. Everybody has the ability to turn on the reggae station. Let's just say that's the spiritual station. But not everybody is going to tune in and tap in and turn it on. So that's by choice. That's the free will that I was talking about initially when I first started this. Due to free will and your choices as a human being, I cannot tell you what you will or will not do. So I cannot tell you if you will or will not become a channel. But the main thing is, yes, you can. Will you? I don't know. So that's a good question, though. Where would one start? Journaling, writing. For me, it was automatic writing. For some people, it could be singing, and then they get into being a vessel for other people to hear. For someone, it could be writing, like I said. It could be through dance. I mean, you could channel a multitude of ways. I mean, and also there's so many modalities for channeling. I mean, you got down to the leaves, to reading clouds, to reading wind. I mean, let me put my finger out there. It's a very complex system because I choose to use symbolism. That's how I channel, and I automatic write. So it's different for everybody. But let's see what the cards have to say. Loving it. Absolutely. Freedom is coming in upside down right now. You guys have got to free your minds from the idea that you're not as gifted as me, he, she, them, they, whatever the case may be. You're only as gifted as you allow yourself to be. You're only as magical as you allow yourself to be. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Your health, wealth, and abundance. It is only going to be as big as you allow it to be. You are only going to be able to cash in as much as you want to draw out. You know? So how much do you want to take out of the universe? How much faith do you have in yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally? You've got to free yourself from the chains, from the restrictions that are holding you back from doing this. Faith, religion, dogma, things like that do hold us back. Societal pressures, family pressures, different things like that. You know, you've got to be willing to go your own way, do your own thing. We wouldn't have people like Stevie Nicks singing these brilliant songs if they weren't willing to do that, you know? So it's like, you got to be willing to take a risk and to do things a new way. That's how we have all these different ways of reading spirit. And remember, everything here is made up. That's the biggest part of this lesson on Earth. It's made up. Not one bit of it is real unless we collectively decide to believe in it, okay? So Neptune is the dream, and it's coming in upside down, and this summer it will be retrograde. That's going to be affecting a lot of our dreams. Again, I believe, I don't have my notes on the retrograde, so I don't want to say that. Don't quote me on the retrograde talk until I get that video out here. But Neptune is about going your own way, mentally, physically, and emotionally, bringing the dream to fruition. You know, you can daydream or you can live by the light of day. You can dream at night or you can have nightmares. The choice is yours. When we have these retrogrades, though, especially in Neptune, we're revisiting people, places, and things that we were co-creating the dream with or not. And it was good or bad. And it's your choice how you want to go your own way or not. Okay? So if you want to channel your dreams, would be a great place for you to start, specifically for you, whoever asked this question. I'm not saying who asked the questions because I'm just keeping that sort of privacy. For each of you, does everyone have the ability to channel? Yes. If so, where would one start? Dream work. That was absolutely where it started for me, if I go back to thinking about it, because I would start to dream about the day that was coming up. I would dream like 18 to 24 hours in advance. And it came back when I moved to Portland. So then I started to feel like I was in alignment again because I started dreaming about the day ahead again. So your dream work will help you freeing yourself up from some beliefs and ideas you have centered around the idea of channeling. You've got to realize you are able to channel. You are a channel. You're a conduit for source energy. And that's when you create Transformation Station. And if you want to work with your dreams and you have trouble recalling them, you can put a pen and paper and water beside your bed, and you will be more likely encouraged to wake up and write it down immediately, what you write or what you see. Or you may wake up in the middle of the night to drink a sip of that water. It will be subconscious. I'm trying to plant that seed in you now. And you should then immediately turn on a light, but not your phone and not something so bright. Get a very light light beside your bed and write your dreams. And then you'll fall back asleep actually in the dream state, recalling that dream. And then you'll wake up and you'll start a cycle of remembering and recalling, remembering and recalling. Not that you'll wake up in the middle of the night every night going forward, but that'll help trigger it. Okay. Transformation Station leads to expansion. So you've got to be willing to expand your heart, mind, body, and soul if you want to be a channel for source energy. Just like we have power plants, we are constantly expanding them to increase and harness the power that we give to society. Okay. So within you, you've got to be willing to expand heart, mind, body, and soul, free yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally from the chains that are holding you back in order to create this transformation to become the channel you want to be. Okay. So what is next? You guys are so cute. So this is, again, a question a lot of you were asking about love in general, but this is probably one of the most flexible questions on love, because a lot of you are very rigid with your questions on love, and I'll tell you what I mean by that later when I pull one of them. I definitely will do 2 hours today, but I can't do any longer than that because we're going out. Also, I'm using my hat from my bestie, Denise. Oh, where's my tissue? Okay. The question is, will I find a love partner this summer? A love partner. I imagine they mean maybe like they're ready to hook up. So that's your choice. You can find a partner in anybody, a partner in crime, a partner in love, you know, in a family, friend, or lover. So I always want you to remember when we talk about love, how are your core relationships with your family? It does not have to be your blood family. It could be your family by choice. I'm not saying how's your relationship with your alcoholic mother or father? How's your relationship with your, you know, stupid brother or sister that won't get their life together? No, I'm not saying that it's your fault that these relationships are good or bad, but I'm saying check yourself before you wreck yourself going forward. So if you don't have healthy core relationships, you're not going to be able to create a healthy, loving relationship with a partner this summer. No. It doesn't happen overnight like that. Okay. So will I find a love partner this summer? perhaps, because here's the thing, maybe you'll find a family member that has a friend or a family member that is in alignment with who you are and what you are, and you will find this person and it'll blossom into love. So I definitely love the potential here. I'm already getting excited about it. So, and again, if you didn't get a chance to ask the question, but you were wondering this, perhaps you will. I know actually this question did come up another way. So anyways, will I find a love partner this summer? Let's see what Spirit has to say. Okay. I was just telling my girlfriend this. She is ready to find love. She absolutely is, and I know she is. And I'm just like, what is wrong with this? Well, I don't think she envisioned the love she wants absolutely yet. Not that you need to go create a vision board for this person, but you certainly could and should if you want to really manifest them quickly. But think about all the good, bad, and ugly that you had in your relationships prior, and let that be the vision for this person that you want to call on in your life, okay? So imagination station. You have to imagine this person. And I went as far as to tell her, girl, you're going to think I'm crazy. And then I was like, well, she probably already thinks I'm crazy. So duh, I'll tell her what I got to tell her. Well, I told her the other day, literally no shit, just the other day, I said, pretend you have an imaginary boyfriend. You know, get into a little fight with yourself about the things that he would or wouldn't do right. Like actually visualize, imagine, have this imaginary boyfriend, take yourself out, go to the movies, imagine the scenario, role play it in your head. This is beyond the vision board. This is beyond the law of attraction. I'm literally saying, get a little schizophrenic and have this imaginary boyfriend. And I bet you they will come, and you will be amazed at how similar they are to the person that you imagine. And I hope that works for her. So anyways, that was for my girlfriend. So imagination station for sure. And that's coming in upside down. You've really got to work on that. You've got to work on the visualization of who it is you want to call on this summer, and be willing to grow with them. I grow. Love is not just some magical fucking portal you walk into. And if any of you think that you're going to get into a relationship where love is just love, love is happiness, love is joy, love is sadness, love is madness, love is crazy bliss, and then love is I'm going to punch you in the fucking face if you look at me one more time. Love is, will you make the bed? Will you do the dishes? Love is talking about the fucking towels that you buy for your bathroom. Love is so much more than just this fucking fairy tale visualization we've been force fed. Are you willing to love yourself enough to love someone else? I mean, you've got to ask yourself so many questions if you are looking for love, okay? Because it's not all it's cracked up to be. And honestly, I tell Mo every day, and he's 60 and I'm 34 in a couple of months. I'll be 34. I say, if you die before me, I'm done. Like, I'm ready to just love myself. I love him so much, though. I will love him till he dies or I die. But I will not put loving someone else before me anymore. I don't want kids. I don't want any of that. I am so committed to loving myself so I can love all of you. And he knows that. And that's what I love about him. He lets me do me and be me. And that's what you want in someone. Freedom and flexibility. Just love is not, oh God, it's worse than it sucks. Okay. Sometimes it sucks. Let me just be honest with you. Okay. So you've got to be willing to grow into this loving relationship with this person, place, or thing. But first and foremost, yourself, and imagine the person, place, or thing that you want to love this summer. And leadership is coming in upside down, which kind of makes me sad. Are you willing to lead yourself courageously into the arms of someone else? I feel like you're not willing to put yourself out there. So, well, if you're not, of course we're in a day and age where we can meet people on the internet, but you've actually got to get in the car and go meet them, or on the bus, or however you transport yourself. So you lead yourself and your soul will follow, is what I always say. So if you lead yourself where you want to go and do what you want to do and love yourself, you will find someone along the way that is doing what you like to do and doing it because they love themselves. And you guys are going to cross and look at each other. You're going to be like, oh my God, okay, I think I like him. We ride the bus every day together. He goes and works out every day together. We might as well see if this is cute or not. You got to be willing to do that, okay? So you got to be willing to put yourself out there and lead yourself, and your soul mate will follow, okay? And it's so cliche, and they say it all the time. Go where you do what you like to do. Go to the library, go get coffee, go do all the things you would like to do, and you will find someone doing them too. And that'll be a match made in heaven or hell, because some days it is hell. And I'm just being there to be honest, okay? But you got to persevere. Like Cher, okay? Is there love after life, or is there love after life, or life after love? I don't even know what she's fucking saying in that song, but I don't care. It's so profound. I might turn it on after this. Persevere though. You got to be willing to put yourself out there again this summer, okay? And it doesn't matter how you look, because let me tell you, when I was 100 pounds heavier, people were still looking at me. People were still trying to get my phone number. People were still trying to go out with me. Do not let your cellulite, junk in the trunk, small little boobs are in style. Everybody is getting their boobs taken out. Well, for health reasons too, because they didn't realize when you get implants, you have to get them redone, you stupid sons of bitches. Just, I'm not being mean, but come on now. Like, let me put a Ziploc baggie in my titty and not have to change it after 8 or 10 years. Just saying. That's not going to work for anybody. Love yourself, and that love will follow you, is all I got to say. But Cher, I love that song, but what the fuck is she saying? Can somebody tell me the lyrics to that song? And you have to be willing to grow with your partner. Like, I always hit the 3-year mark and just threw them out to the curb. I wish I had little boobies too. I mean, I almost need 2 bras. I need one for this part and one for this part. I just don't want to get those granny booby bras yet. Oh my God, you call them mini muffins? Okay, so rest in peace, Jerry. I love you. Jerry used to, when we all first started working at Confetti in Bethlehem, I worked at a Confetti in Connecticut, and then I worked at a Confetti in Bethlehem, and they were not the same businesses at all. Isn't that just so funny how my life is? So anyways, Jerry would say, like, you'll be that skinny for a few months, but we are the muffin top enhancers here. And I gained like a fucking 100 pounds. So you believe in life after love? Okay, thank you. I do believe in life after love. Okay, well, this was basically the very question that I just answered. Will I ever find love or be in a real relationship? I'm not going to answer it again. Please just listen to the freaking answer I just gave. Because while it was a question of will I find a love partner this summer, it pertains to any season, okay? Do you love yourself? Do you have loving relationships? Do you have loving, committed relationships? Are you willing to grow and flow with someone? And are you willing to understand love is not a Disney fairy tale? Love is a fucking, he don't know how to put on or fold a fitted sheet, and I'm going to have to wipe his ass for the rest of his life, okay? I love him that much. I'm willing to do that, okay? So you have to realize what love is, okay? Just saying. Yeah, you guys can wear all those cute shirts. Like, there is not enough boob tape for me to wear these summer cute dresses. Like, I wore one to Mo's friend's wedding, and I hated to steal looks from the bride, but even she was looking at my titties. Like, I was like, God, what is wrong with me? Love you, sister. Thank you. Well, that's cute. Love you too. Okay. I don't even know what time it is. I don't know what time I started, but I definitely am going to save this and we'll go on for another hour. You know me, how I can lose my time. Question. This is interesting. I think this person speaks a different first language, so I always try to have grace when I'm reading another person's choppy English. You guys, I'm so over the grammar police online. Guess what? Webster made it all up. The Phoenicians made it all up. The Greeks and Romans made it all up. And the people before them made it all up. Language is made up. And it's hard for people that know multiple language to sometimes text in our way, okay? Because they are male, female, whatever, they write in a different way. So you guys, I'm so over the fucking grammar police. Just letting you guys know. Okay. So family members' belongings go missing. How to handle, communicate with such forces. Oh, so you believe someone, something is taking your people's stuff. That's interesting. Well, I will tell you a trick that I've told many people, and it's worked for a lot of people. And so I'm going to say it right online right here. So hopefully you guys can just all tell your friends or direct them to this video. It's a water trick. So mason jars work well because you can put a lid on them and you can get a few of them pretty easily. You can get clear ones. So what you want to do is get good water, typically. So distilled or spring or mountain water. Put it in the area, the home, this person's home, wherever they're losing their stuff. So is it their bedroom? Is it their bathroom? Is it their foyer? Wherever. And then put it where they're not losing anything, you know. Put it in multiple places in the home. And if you're feeling like in your space or your home, this goes to all of you. If you're feeling like you're having energy zaps, nightmares, the children are having problems, there's a vortex of energy in your home you're not happy with, put a water glass there and other places in your home so you can see the difference. Well, I'm going to tell you. Some people say you got to put salt and charcoal in the clipping of a baby's tooth. No, you don't really have to do anything like that. I have found, and I've probably told 100 people or so how to do this over the last 6 years. So, and I've done it myself multiple times, and I've never had to add anything to the water. So you take the water glasses, leave them out for like 8 to 24 hours. Leave them in the perspective areas, okay? Label them so you know when you take them and put the lids on them and put them in your freezer to freeze that motherfucker, what you got going on. You will see in the glass that you pull from the area where you did not like the energy, it is shattered. It's mad. It bubbles. It will get distorted, okay? The glass, the water, as it freezes, will freeze the entity. And a lot of times I will just flush it or deposit it in a body of water going away from you. An ocean doesn't really work because that comes back. That's a wave coming back to you. A river or a stream or a brook would be best. A toilet, I'd just be like, bitch, bye. So, and I keep it lidded until it melts and then pour that son of a bitch down the toilet if that's the way I'm doing it. Like Witch Hack 101 on a budget. Like flush that motherfucker. I'm serious. And when you shit, flush those motherfuckers. You know, you're releasing, letting go, whatever, okay? Yeah, Desert Gypsy knows it works. So, that's one trick. That was just what I was going to say. But let's see what Spirit has to say, how you can communicate with such forces. Well, first of all, do you want to communicate with people that are stealing from you other than to say, motherfucking leave my shit alone? So I would say that your answer here is protection. How do I protect me, myself, and others, my belongings? The rose protection is great. You can pretend or imagine that a bouquet of roses is beside you and you put the stems in towards you, okay? And now these rose petals, these little heads of all the roses are on the outside. You're in this rose bubble mentally, physically, and emotionally. That rose is like 500 times our energy. Its energy will ping, ping, pow, poof, kick the shit out of anybody trying to fuck with you. So you could also put selenite in the front corners and back of your home, bury it in the earth, or put it in potted plants if you live in an apartment. Cinnamon, sage, rosemary, clove. These will help you do washes on your door, on your floors, to get energy out of your home and area. Okay? Let's see what Spirit has to say. You are being too serious, perhaps, though, with these energies. You need to humor yourself, humble yourself. Perhaps you're not losing anything. Perhaps these things aren't stealing anything and you've just misplaced something. You know, don't always think that entities are out there, because just like animals, they're more afraid of you than not, because you're more powerful than them in your power. Just like an animal is afraid of you, these entities are not, they want low vibrational beings. They don't want someone that's got their shit together. That's for sure. So if you're losing your shit, you're probably just maybe misplacing your shit. But Rahu comes up. You need to work with your ancestors, angels, and guides mentally. They are connected to the North Node, Rahu, and this is a shadow character planet to the sun and the moon. So this is a shadow that could be looming over you and your family, and you would want to work with your ancestors, angels, and guides to cleanse and clear, and to work with them to remove this entity if that is the case, okay? But as I said, power. I am terrified of that motherfucking spider, but I am 500 times the size of that spider. Why do I feel the spider is going to turn into Spider-Man and jump off the wall and attack me? I don't know, but I will get crippled in fear. So some of us are getting crippled in fear over these new age ideas that entities are out there to get us, and we're blaming everything on spirit or forces of spirit when that's not necessarily the case. We have to remember we come from source energy. We are the power. We are the source. We are strong motherfuckers. So these entities really don't stand a chance against someone that knows how powerful they are. Okay? So enlighten yourself, work with your ancestors, angels, and guides, find out where you come from, the lineage from which you come from, so you can tap into your gifts mentally, physically, and emotionally to protect yourself more spiritually. And humor yourself. Don't be so stuck on the idea that this is an entity, because then you will be opening the gateway to allowing them. When we live in a fear-based state, we're allowing ourselves to see and attract fear. So you want to be mindful of that too. Okay. I'm like on my third day of juicing, and I haven't had any coffee, but that is caffeine for sure. Well, this ties into the last question. How can I tap into my intuition more and better trust my decisions? Well, first of all, trust, believe, and receive. So you've got to get in touch with who you are and what you are if you want to get in touch with your intuition, and then you will make better decisions, because that compass, you will know how to read so much better. You will know how to play the hot cold game that much better. You will be aware of what you like and don't like that much more, and you will know the direction in which you should be going. Following your intuition is a lot like science, though. It's trial and error. It is a hypothesis of sorts that you put out there, that if I do this, I will get that. If I continue feeling like this, I will continue getting this. You've got to play with that and learn how to do that. So how can I tap into my intuition more and better trust my decisions? Well, so you want to say right now you haven't made good decisions because you haven't been intuitive enough, is what you're trying to tell me? So I'm going to tell you right now, at age 3, we're about as cognitive as we will need to be to make the right decision. We will know what is best if our parents allow us to do this, to pick and choose and to have choice and preference. So you're really out of alignment if you want to blame the decisions you've made on a lack of intuition, is what I want to say. And no, and not to be mean or anything, but I'm just saying that right in there is then a lack of trust in yourself, because you feel as if, well, I made the wrong choices because I don't have intuition, and I don't have intuition, so I'm not going to make the right choices. So how can I make the right choice about having intuition? You're going to go into a cycle of problem there, okay? Yeah, you got to tune in. You've got to tune in to who you are and what you are, and then you will know without a doubt what you need to do. Because we're going to get into some of these questions, because I haven't pulled them yet, about the relationships, and it'll be like, should I stay or should I go? Should I trust them? Should I da-da-da-da-da? Well, you're not in tune with who you are or what you are, because if I'm sitting on a fucking hot stove and my ass is on fire, I'm going to know to get up. So if I'm sitting on a pile of shit and they smell like shit, I'm going to know not to step in that. So a lot of these relationship questions, I really got to say, are more or less, you aren't you aren't in tune with who you are and what you are. So let's pull the cards though. How can I tap into my intuition more and better trust my decisions for this person? I guess get in touch with who you are and what you are. Well, I think the thing is you don't trust yourself and you don't realize that you already are in alignment. You already are using your intuition, but it's almost like multiple choice. You're scratching out the first answer, which is more than often the right one, and not trusting yourself. So it's a lack of trust. You need to trust that you are an intuitive being. You need to know that you are divinely hooked up to a Magellan compass like GPS like system. We used to know that. And so some people, there was this meme actually going out around there like props or big love or big thank you to the people that ate plants and had to figure out which ones killed us or not first. No, we came here with basically a foraging system. We knew what to eat or not to eat. It wasn't like Darwin supposes survival of the fittest. That's not necessarily the case. We kind of came here with an understanding of what was good or bad, the floral fauna. And also, flora and fauna have an ability to poison animals if they are overeaten. So there may have been a time where we could eat whatever we want, but we have over-harvested it and it has learned to defend itself. Look up this video on plants in Africa. That was a tree that produced so few leaves, and these animals were eating all of the leaves, and the leaves decided to send messages to the root system where they decided to poison the leaves and then kill the animals. They couldn't find out why all of these animals had died from this one plant that they always ate. Well, the plant became poisonous. So I don't want you to ever think that we weren't ever divinely hooked up and guided. We were. It's by design that we've lost this intuition and ability to use it. So everybody has it. Everybody can use it, but people have abused it. And that's probably why it maybe was covered up. Spirit is working divine miracles every which way. Okay? So creating that balance and harmony mentally, physically, and emotionally, like I said, in those 4 houses of your health, wealth, and abundance, happiness, and joy. It's mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. If you are in alignment there, you will be in alignment with your intuition. The balance and harmony will take root from there. So I am whoever I say I am. If I say I'm an intuitive, miraculous, crazy, healing, divinely spiritual, source-driven being, I am. So if you say you're an intuitive being, you are, and you will be, and you are being. Stop saying that you aren't. Okay, so that's another one. And success. So if you've been working on your intuition, if you've been working on making better decisions, the success is going to be the barometer. The success is going to be the proof. So how successful are you at decision making, mentally, physically, and emotionally for yourself? You will never be successful at decision making for someone else. Not even if they ask for your help in deciding. Because like I said, free will. Never, 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 never judge your success on the decision making you're doing for others, because they can't even decide for themselves. Okay. So impasse comes up. You're working through your blocks mentally, physically, and emotionally. You are whoever you say you are. I want to say you're a success. I know you're a success. You just have to create that balance and harmony mentally, physically, and emotionally, and know that you are working on your intuition and that every day it's getting better and better and better. And don't judge the scale. Don't let the scale be the external people, places, and things. Let it be the mental, physical, and emotional and spiritual. Hey, Miss Allison. Okay. So the next question that was asked. There's so many questions, you guys. We're going to get to as many as I can. I love this question and I love this person. Will I be famous? My question to you is, do you want to be famous? I'm not going to say I'm famous, but the little bit of fame I have nearly killed me, because someone recognized me at the grocery store the other month and I about fell over. Well, short of her running up to me and saying, oh my God. Are you ready for that? But I do believe you're a Gemini with some Leo tendencies in your chart, because I know I read your chart before. My allergies, and I'm freezing here. I want to say that you have the potential to be anything you want to be. You are whoever you say you are. And if you want to be famous, in my world, you are famous. In my head, you are. I saw you on the side. No, I remember we were in the same town one time, though, and I didn't see you, but I would have run up to you. I would have. And that would have made you feel famous, I hope. That was so funny. This girl who asked this question, we were in the same town on the same day in the middle of winter. It was so bizarre. So anyways, will I be famous? Let's see what Spirit has to say. Fame. It's lonely at the top. Are you ready for what isolating things fame brings? You know, think about famous people in your life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. What are they dealing with? It must be hard to be famous in a lot of ways because you've really got to prepare yourself for the onslaught of the paparazzi, the criticism, the tabloids, all of that, you know? So what kind of fame are you seeking? Do you want to be famous in your career? Do you want to be famous on, like, in every magazine and newspaper, on every TV show and news channel? You know, what kind of fame are you seeking? Okay? So it could be lonely and isolating. I think Spirit is really just trying to send you some messages that fame isn't all it's cracked up to be, unless and maybe you were just joking when you asked your question, but beneath every joke is sort of a bit of truth. The I Am Power card is coming in upside down. Don't let your lack of fame or perceived ideas of fame be what empowers you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Understand that there are a lot of famous people that are super duper weak mentally, physically, and emotionally. There are a lot of famous people that don't have a paycheck coming to them next year. There are a lot of famous people that are in today and out tomorrow. Are you looking to be everlasting? Are you looking to be famous? Are you looking to be seen? Are you looking to be heard? Are you looking to have a platform for speaking up and out? Like, do you need to be famous? Is that what will be empowering for you? That's like saying you need money to be happy and healthy and well and wealthy and abundant. No, you don't need money. Money is made up. That's an idea. So if you could realize that you could be famous in your small town, you could be famous in your family, you could be famous amongst your friends and get that same feeling. I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than famous in today's society. Good God. No way. So silence is coming up. That's asking you to think, to really sit down and think about your goals mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually when it comes to fame. You know, what are your ideas about fame? Why fame? And bittersweet is coming in upside down. It is bittersweet. It's not all it's cracked up to be. A lot like love, okay? Amor, you are famous. I mean, I go out of my way to watch a lot of your stories. So you guys are famous in my world, okay? I'm serious. And here's the other thing. I know people with 50, 60,000 followers that only have maybe 200 people watch their stories. I know 50, 60,000 follower counts that maybe only get 100 likes on their photos. It's about engagement. It's about connection. It's about content. It's about the reciprocity between you and those that you want looking at you. It's not about fame. I love question. I knew they would start to come up. Okay. Should I believe this is what, okay, so this is what I was talking about. You can only think, act, do, speak, believe, and receive from your point of being, from your perspective, from your perception. Okay, you can only do that from here, and you can hardly do that from here. So the question is, should I believe he wants to try again? Well, he can't even figure out if he wants to try again. Why the fuck are you entitled to believing if he wants to try it again? Like, I just want to rip this question right up. I love you so much. I just want to rip this up. Should I believe he wants to try again? How about you don't give a shit if he wants to try again and you don't eat 28-day leftovers? You don't need to try again with nobody. The only person you need to try again with is yourself and your children and your family, friends, and then your lovers. You don't need to give anybody else another try. You hear me? My nostrils started flaring because I got a little mad. You don't need to try again with your friends. You don't need, oh, it's going to cut me off. Good, because I didn't pull the cards yet because we are not done talking about this. 5-minute break, and I'll be right back.